Hey, it's your girl Siobhan, and this is Just Saying, the ultimate hangout for all you curious minds out there. From navigating college drama to dissecting the latest trends, we dive into it all. So buckle up, because we're about to spill the tea, share some wisdom, and even have some laughter along the way. This is Just Saying, where every voice counts. Welcome to episode 4 of Just Saying, the podcast where I talk all things to do with college life here at the Global Academy. Today is one of the best days of my life because I have the hardest guest to book in this school. We have Tobias Penman on Just Saying. Hello, Toby.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good. I feel honoured to be the hardest guest ever.
Is your words, not mine.
I am. I don't. It's the first podcast I've ever done. It's weird.
Just Saying is your first podcast.
It's my first podcast.
Welcome, welcome, Toby. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
I'm glad.
Last day.
Oh, stop.
It's really tragic, but hey.
We were all crying in the studio.
I know. It was actually kind of emotional. The worst thing is, I've made so many people cry today, and I'm not sure whether that's tears of happiness or like maybe I've offended them or something. Who knows?
I'm crying out of happiness. I'm happy for you.
Happy?
Let
leaving.
me reword that. I'm happy for you. I'm sad you're leaving because you've just left such a great mark on the school.
I feel very important.
You are important. So, as you are the hardest guest to book, I have decided that I'm going to give you a little rundown of your life here at the Global Academy.
Okay.
So, first question is, why did you choose to come here?
I originally wanted to come here in year 10, but I lived too far away, so I couldn't. And I heard it. I think most people here heard it on the radio. And yeah, just thought that sounds like a cool place. It's got all the radio studios, that sort of stuff. There's not really much where I live in terms of anything like this. So it's like the closest place. Otherwise, it's like a community college with like one studio, but the studio is just a green wall. And yeah, I just thought this place, sounds good. Applied, got a place without even seeing the building. I accepted my place before I'd even stepped foot in the building. And then, like, in January, we had a first open, because they do so many open days. I'm not sure if they still do.
They do.
But when I went to, 5-6 open days before I even, started. So I did, a taster day. I did, this Vlogstar thing, a taster day, some marketing thing, so many open days. And I was like, yeah, I want to come here. And then I kept getting, when you've made your mind up on somewhere, but you keep getting messages from the other place, which I just kept come to our open day. I was like, no, I don't want to.
I don't feel like this.
I've came, I've seen, I will conquer.
Exactly. You tell them. I think I got 7 different emails from Reading College.
Oh.
When I decided I wanted to come to a thing, and they called me about 3 times because it was A-levels. So they're like, oh, do you want to do A-levels? And I'm like, no, thanks. No, I declined my place, but it's fine. So you chose to come to Global because you thought it was a great school. If you had come in year 10, what do you think? Do you think you would have stayed? Do you think you might have gone on to a different place?
I'm actually really glad I didn't come in year 10. Probably not what your podcast wants to hear. But I'd, the first day, my first day at Global was so hard. Because I'd left, I always like to arrive a place an hour early. It's really bad. In fact, one of the job interviews I went to, I arrived 3 hours early and sat in a fret. Well, I started sitting outside the building on a bench and I got really cold, so I had to go buy something and fret. But I like to arrive early, so I was planning to get here an hour early or whatever and then walk down to McDonald's. I hadn't seen Hayes at that point, so I didn't know that wasn't the best idea, but it took me, the first day I came here, I was doing what seemed like the best route, and it took me 3 hours to get here, and again 6 hours to get home, and
so not the best route.
Yeah, so and all the trains were messed up, and I just sort of sat and thought, I've made such a big mistake here. And it was I feel anyone I reckon who's done something really different. It's probably gone through like because I was in my first week here, knew a couple people from the open days, but not anyone. And again, all of a sudden, all of my friends were like going out for lunch, in town and whatever, and like posting about doing A levels and that. And I was like, oh, it's literally all my friendship group is having lunch without me, and I'm sat on a train for 4 hours each day going to college. And that was my travel time. So the first day, my travel time in total was like 11 hours. I talked so much, I'd be... and so that was literally, basically my first day. It was about, I got home at, because we finished at 1, so I was still out at 8, so yeah, no, I think I got home about 9 o'clock on the first day.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it was, yeah. There's nothing more tragic than eating a meal deal on a Southwestern Railway surface train. But yeah, no, so the first, start with, it was really hard. And because of that, that's such a long-winded answer for why didn't you come in year 10. But because of that, I thought, look, if I'd came in year 10, and as the time went on, I would not have been able to do 5 days a week, like travel, for what's basically the same stuff that I did at my old school. So I'm really glad I didn't come in year 10. But coming in year 12 was amazing and done so much. Also, in year 10, I would have just been sat, like, doing maths or whatever, staring in. They've got, the maths room has a window into a radio studio. Like, how distracting is that?
Yeah.
I would not be able to achieve that. Anyway, that's probably the longest winded answer you've ever had on that question, but you're welcome.
Also, Buchanan, we have to hear. Okay, so we have the most iconic lunchtime presenter on Youth Choice here. So we have to obviously ask. I mean, I think you're the most iconic one. So we obviously have to ask what you have done. So Youth Choice, games, everything. Run us through it all.
Yeah. Yeah, Youth Choice. Yeah, that was that's sad I'm not part of Youth Choice, but I am part. You're always part of Youth Choice. You never leave. Youth Choice was something that I've always really wanted to do. It's a massive selling point for school. Like, I listened to it, and it's changed so much over the years as well, but I'll talk about that. But it's, I saw it on the open days, started learning how it works. I actually was so scared of not being able to do radio when I came to school that I used to watch videos on how to use Setter. So I walked into school with quite decent knowledge of Setter because I was like, everyone's going to be so good at everything. And I kind of had imposter syndrome or whatever it is because I was like, okay, it's stupid to think of it now. I was like, I'm going to a school and I was like, they're not going to teach me. I need to. But no, so I learned Setter before even starting the school, which is stupid. But, rcs.co.uk on YouTube, great place. But yeah, no, there's loads of videos by RCS on explaining how to use Setter. I walked in with quite a decent base knowledge. Our year only gave 8 slots out to year 12.
Oh.
So, so we only had 8 slots, whereas for your year we gave a lot more, and we gave everyone prereq anyway. 8 slots. I was fortunate enough to get one. I then had a choice, really. I had to choose between 3 slots, and because I'm a bit of a nerd, I chose lunchtime for the pure reason of I wouldn't have to miss any time in lesson. I started on Tuesday lunchtimes, and that was my 1 show a week. And I walked straight into live as well. Actually, I think I only did 2 prereq shows before I did live, which I think is quite a privilege. And I did other prereq shows like alongside my live one, but so I did live, and then it sort of just went from there, and we
blossomed.
Had about 20 odd different games over time, which is so many. We basically had a different game each week. Which,
oh wow,
some of them have became more iconic than others. Some of them really weren't thought through at all. But it's all part of the process. Got there in the end.
Here we are now.
Yeah, played 3. My final show today played 3 of my favourite games. which was amazing and really emotional. But hey,
I was a little special guest. Hate to brag.
You were.
Hate to brag. I was on Joe or No.
That's probably one of the first games I ever created as well. That's probably one which started all the really weird titles. That was the first, because before it was like, we're doing a Christmas quiz, which everyone's done and no one cares about. But yeah, no, that started. Joe or No started the future of youth choice lunchtime game. I feel like this is a lot deeper conversation than it should be.
What do you think you're going to do after Global Academy?
I'll be working as a full-time housekeeper until I find one, so we'll
Yay.
big up the cleaning community. And, just sort of look for a job. I want to go into radio. Might end up in TV, but I want to go into radio.
Do a Roman Kemp. Do radio then TV.
No.
Nah, not my thing.
If I get into radio, who knows? Maybe. If I get into radio, quite a lot of people think I want to be a presenter. I actually don't. I want to produce.
Ooh.
But I want to produce radio shows. I wouldn't mind presenting them, but I really like making weird games. Hence, Joe or No, May or Nay, Who Do You Think You Are, Plaque Man, British Buys Battle, Who Stole My Biscuits. That's also not a good game in terms of to play, but it opens with someone going, "Who stole my biscuits?" And it honestly, great. It's probably one of my favourite piece of imaging for a game. It's Who Stole My Biscuits. There's so many of them. I just like making games and that sort of stuff. So hopefully I get a job as a producer. If not, maybe TV, maybe a runner. If not, I'm going to be cleaning rooms the rest of my life.
And you'll do it with grace.
I'll reach a point of where I'm delirious, where I'm knocking on people's door and going welcome to, who are your neighbours?
You're going to create a game whilst cleaning. Yeah. We'll listen to it.
Housekeeping or reception?
Okay, so we're going to end off the best episode. I'm so sorry, Joseph and Ella and Acacia, because you have made the list of the best episode. You have made it, Toby. What advice would you give to anyone planning to join Global Academy? It's a hard question.
Know what you're getting into. In that, I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just, there's so many people here who don't know. It's very easy to look at this place and go, "Oh, that's a place where I can just chill for a couple of years." It's so easy and it's so fun, but it's also really hard. It's not hard. It's hard to not do it. You have to I think if you're going to travel long ways to come here, you have to really care about media, and you have to want to learn stuff, because everyone here will teach you, and it's not even just teachers that teach you. Youth choice is mainly student taught. People teach you, but you have to want to learn. And if you don't want to learn, people won't teach you. So I think it's very much know what you want to get into. I should definitely have a TED talk. The inspiration coming out of my mouth right now.
You are just saying now.
No, it's probably going to end up on a smashed mug somewhere.
No.
But yeah, know what you're getting into, because there's lots of people who. I think our year started as 150, and it's nowhere near that now. There's lots of people who leave. It's such a good place, but you have to actually want to do the stuff. Otherwise it's the amount of times I've just seen people in a studio and they have no interest in it at all, and they're just in there for fun. You'll have the best time ever if you come here, but if you actually want to get something out of it, you have to learn. And learn as much as possible, because you will not get taught everything. You have to, go out with it. Half the people in this school have probably never bothered to try learning a TV studio. You can learn a TV studio. I've just realised I've moved so far away from the mic. There you go. Is that better? Some people might come here and never use a studio at all. I think just learn as much as possible, because be honest. I've not got a job now. I have no idea what I'm going to go on to do. But when I go on, I can say, right, I've done radio, I've done podcasts, I've done TV, I've done digital, I've done... in fact, I think that's it. It's not 5 things. I really wish I was. I've done. Let's say I've done esports. I did an esports competition like once, and that was actually streaming it, so technically TV. But hey, we're going to go with that.
No one needs to know.
Yeah, no. I'd say just care about it. And all that matters. There was actually someone. I walked out of school last week at about 6 o'clock. Because yes, that's how much I care about this place. I'm here till 6 o'clock, and I have no life. But there was someone right outside the door, filming a year 12 like induction video, like hi, I'm so and so. I want to come to Global Academy because of this. And as I walked out, they said they shouted over to me. They're like, oh, what? They're like, oh, what would you say I need to say to get in? And I said, oh, the fact you've driven all the way here to film a video probably shows enough. I don't do recruitment. That's not a fact. But like that person is probably someone who's gonna do well here. I don't even know what their name. It was literally a 2-second conversation, but it's a willingness to. Because I'll be honest, I really wanted to come to this place. I was not driving 40 minutes to film a 10-second video outside the door. Hey, but yeah, no. It's just caring. I've literally people travel to come here. Like there's literally people in my year from like Devon, Liverpool,
Wales.
Not in my year.
Oh, your year. So I was like,
I suppose in a way, technically my year, but
she's supposed to be in your year.
Yeah, supposed to be in my year.
Ella, who's behind the scenes, is technically supposed to be in your year, so we'll classify it.
Yeah. You meet people from everywhere who can do literally anything. Well, not anything. Like, ask us to write essays. We'll.
No, thank you.
Anything in terms of media, we cannot get you out of court. Why is that the first thing?
Even though you forget people's names and you're in a group chat with them.
I'm so awful with them. It's.
You can remember the most complicated spelled name, but you can't remember Sonia, who you speak to on a day-to-day basis.
I know some. Okay, I'm gonna say some common names. Like it's like if like it's your names which are like Ben or Sam, like just the simple names, which I'm so awful with names. In fact, like in our year right now, because we're leaving, we're having to do those award things, like where you have to vote for people, and I've not actually filled it out because I don't know what most of the people in the year are called, and I don't even use people's names normally. I just like rather than approaching them and be like, and then saying their name, I'll just be like, so, and just speak. Yeah, no, I'm not very good at names, but I've managed to do relatively well in that I've not been called up on it much. Apart from when you do it on live radio and you have to literally just rather than pivot and just not use their name, you have to say, I'll be honest, forgot your name. What is it?
It's Abigail. But to be fair, you are dyslexic, so
that's not sure that's anything linked into memory.
I just say that you could use that. You'd be like, sorry, sometimes spelling just isn't my forte, but it's okay. Okay, thank you so much for being on your first podcast, Just Sayin, which you said was not a great podcast, which I'm offended by.
Wait, what?
I have proof. I have evidence you said.
Oh, yeah, no. So I use this thing called sarcasm quite a lot. Pretty much in every sentence, which hopefully hasn't been seen in some ways in this podcast, because hopefully that's been cut out when I've just used sarcasm, which doesn't hit. But yeah, no.
I'll send you the final edit before I post it.
No, just post it, I don't care. But yeah, no, it's sarcasm. I think so. I don't take myself seriously. Like, literally, there's videos of me dancing to radio stations, which I find hilarious. I'm not going to outline what ones, but there's some radio stations which just don't play the music I'd expect them to play. Like, we've gone really nerdy again. There's radio stations which, like, their target audience, I feel like doesn't align with their music, so I basically pretend to be. Look, I've embarrassed myself way too much. I've got no shame at all. There's no part of self-dignity left.
Oh,
Done karaoke in a TV studio.
oh yeah, I missed that. I wish I was there. What song did you sing?
I didn't actually sing a song. I just spoke the words. I did a spoken word to Craig David, 7 Days. You know.
I'm going to play like in the background now. We're just going to have like a 7 days in the background of this episode.
It's mainly the fact, it's mainly Craig David sings. I duet with Craig David. We're like a couple. We've never met. But he sings and I do I chilled on Sunday. And that's...
Can we have a little segment?
I can't sing, no. Me and karaoke is me. Like I can do a very good Proclaimers 500 miles.
Can we hear it?
No, you can't. And by very good, I mean entertaining. I don't mean good as in I can sing it. I mean everyone goes, I really like it when you sing that song because it's so bad that it's good. And I feel like that's a look. If it's so bad that it's good, at least it's good. But yeah, no, I don't have much shame left. That's probably, yeah. That's what they buy all these studios with, dignity. The dignity they took. Look, again, I'm waffling. This is going to be so hard for you to edit. I'm sorry.
And you know what? It would be the best episode to edit because you're here.
Just because you're a podcast host, you don't need to be nice. You can say, yes, it is. Shut up.
No, honestly and truly, I'm really happy that you chose to do this. I'm going to just cry. I'm going to sit here and edit. I'm going to be like crying like, Toby, come back. Oh, Toby. Thank you for being on episode 4. You're just an amazing person. Out with me on another journey of thoughts and talks. But remember, the conversation doesn't stop here. Stay tuned for more tea, more laughter, and more Just Sayin moments coming your way. And hey, don't forget to hit that follow or subscribe button to never miss an episode.